My name's Lawrence Anderson. I've lived in Cunnamulla all my life, born and bred here. I work with Disability Services. I've been with them for about 11 years now. I came along because I think we all got an interest in domestic violence. We've either lived it, we've seen it in different fashions, but it still has the same impact on everybody. It's our community. We know the issues, we've got to come up with the solutions, because end of the day, well, I'm going to live here until the day I die, and I'd like to see some changes, not only for me, but for the younger generation that's coming through. They're the leaders of tomorrow, the next Cunnamulla community. And if we can't make change now, what's going to be like another 10 years? I think Natjul presented really well. They've obviously done their own work, or they've done this for a long time, and know that domestic violence is not only in Cunnamulla, but Australia-wide, worldwide. But we're just working on our Murray culture and coming in with Murray facilitators, with Cousin Ben, of course, looking at solutions and putting it in our faces, how it does, and open up another view on with the role play that, reopening those wounds, give you more passion and drive to try and make some changes. No, this is probably the only style to work with Murray communities. Giving them something visual. Like I said, we're visual people. We see it, we see a process, and like I said, we live that process, and we see the damage that process has done. And the first thing we want to do, I suppose, is try and find solutions which we come up with today, with a few small steps, like I said before. We'll start off with small steps, and then slowly, hopefully, change the mindset of the community, and bring some probably respect back to each other as individuals. With the role play, I had brought back a lot of memories, not so good memories, but in the same token, now that we're adults, it gives me some information, some way forward, I suppose, with the healing process within myself. I think that the role play is excellent because of a couple of reasons. One, it's a visual statement. Two, the topic was cut right to the bone. It affected me in a lot of ways. That sort of brings back a lot of, like I said before, a lot of bad memories, but also gives me a way forward now. I think the biggest credit to the day was the actual visual role play. At some point in time, like I said before, we've seen it, been in that position, but not having the tools to move away from that. I think overall we ended up with some really good solutions there. Just that now we need to go back and regroup as a group that was here today and work on a plan, I suppose, or a process on where do we start. Whether we start with the street barbecue, because it's like a cake. You don't swallow the cake in one piece. You've got to cut him up in pieces and chew him a little bit at a time.
My name's Jason Thomas. I'm from Cunnamulla. The organisation that I work for is the Cunnamulla Primary Healthcare Centre.
And just tell me, as an aside, would you have expected to see people participating like this in a gathering around domestic violence?
No, never.
So what would you have normally expected, and what did you see?
Well, normally you expect just people sitting talking about domestic violence rather than acting and things like that. What I seen here today was concerned people in my community about around domestic violence, actually performing some tactics that they might see in their own in the community, or around domestic violence issues, bouncing ideas off one another and sharing that idea with the group. With that technique, it's more appropriate, more culturally appropriate, more community appropriate. It's a way to get more community people engaged.
It was good to see people actually doing something about, talking about it, and play role, acting and that, and getting having a laugh from what they were doing, but then letting it sink in to what's really going on. And everybody sort of woke up to what was actually going on, and they started to get involved then, and to let themselves be heard and put their own opinions across, and I've seen that as a positive for the day. It was a lot of people sort of realised that it's happening to them all the time, around them. It's It's everywhere. Well, everybody's a part of the solution. It's just that some people want to do something about it, and other people just want to go and hide behind the door. You know, they don't want to have nothing to do with it. Yeah, I think this group has. Yes, they've gone away with a positive outlook and going to try and, you know, they'll speak up now to other groups and try and get everybody involved. I think that's all it needs. The way things were you know, was brought out into the open, we weren't told, we were asked to participate and let ourselves evolve around what was being said and come out with what we wanted to be said, not what somebody was telling us to do. You know, it was quite good. I rather enjoyed it today. It was very informative.
Make you think a bit too, like the domestic violence, don't stop at the fence. It affects your neighbours and your neighbourhood. And the more we stick together and help one another, the less we'll have, I think. Does that make sense to you?
It makes perfect sense to me, Ray.